Serif down.
What is up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? My name is NF Instrumental, and today I have a new series, the first series, in fact, that I'm going to be bringing onto the channel, and it's here to stay, hopefully, regarding many things. And as the title suggests, we are going to be starting on something which hits close to home. I mean, I'm sure it's not just me. I'm sure each and every single one of you have encountered failure in your life. And let me just talk about a little bit on what this series is going to mean for me. So OTS, or On the Subject, will take different topics. I haven't figured out how frequent I'm going to be uploading these episodes. They may not be scheduled at all. It just may be dependent upon what I'm feeling that day. But this one is going to be about overcoming failure, and I'm going to sort of explain using an anecdote or a story of my own how I overcame failure, and hopefully you all can get some information out of this. In a vlog yesterday, I told you that I wanted to bring some music aspects into my YouTube channel, and this video is actually going to sort of talk about my music career so far and how it's evolved as I've gotten older. And so let's go ahead and get into the meat and potatoes of the video, overcoming failure. So I'm going to start with a story. So currently I live in Texas, but that's not where I was born, and that's not where I grew up for most of my childhood. I actually was born in Tennessee, East Tennessee to be in fact, and it's a beautiful place full of lots of wonderful people. Now, that being said, I was into music a lot in elementary school and middle school, and so in the 5th grade I was actually part of the choir, and 6th and 7th grade I was actually part of the band program in my local middle school. And needless to say, we weren't the best music program. And I, at the time, was a trumpet player. So for those of you all that are younger or older and you all play trumpet, there you go. I started on trumpet, and needless to say, I was not very successful. Fast forward to 8th grade, and I was put into a brand new middle school that I had no idea where I was, honestly. I had just moved to Texas. It was a big change. Everything was different. All the people were different. The scenery was different. And I was still in trumpet, though. So that was the one familiar thing that I had going for me. And so pretty much what I wanted to do is I wanted to continue doing music, because that was sort of a familiarity that I had moving from Tennessee to Texas. So 8th grade went by well. I did sports, I did football, I hopped on the speech and debate club as well. So I was very involved. Now we're in the 9th grade section of my life, and we had auditions coming up to be placed into a band for your high school career. It was the first audition that I had ever to be placed into a band. It was determined by age group previously. And my first audition, I made the very bottom band. Now, for those of you all that haven't been in the music industry, that's pretty demoralizing to be in the very bottom. And to top it all off, I was the very last chair. Now, in Tennessee, band wasn't really a big focus. It was mostly sports and academics. So going into a place where arts is so prevalent, such as San Antonio, Texas, it was a wake-up call. So I was the very bottom chair, the very bottom band, and I didn't know how I was supposed to take it. And being the freshman that I am, I started asking questions, and immediately I started getting answers. I wasn't taught right on how to play my instrument. I wasn't given the best instruction possible, and therefore it caused me to fail over and over again on my instrument and the way I practiced and the way I studied for this music, and everything was just not going right for me. And so here comes the second semester of freshman year, and I get asked a question. Zach, do you want to switch instruments? You have room for improvement if you switch instruments, and you can move up bands faster. So naturally, I said, why not? So this is sort of the turning point in my life where I start realizing that I have other talents other than trumpet, which I wasn't really good at the time. And I hope to eventually, at one point in my life, get better at it. But this is sort of the point where I start to learn how to overcome this huge failure that I've encountered in my life that I really wasn't expecting. So basically, the next 3 years of my high school career was the constant grinding of learning how to be a better musician. I took numerous lessons, numerous private lessons, out of pocket, and money was almost ridiculous, the amount of money that we've spent on lessons and trying to make myself a better musician. And the time, I couldn't count. I couldn't even think of a number to give to you as an approximate number of hours I have spent on this new instrument, the tuba, the lowest brass sound that you can produce, the lowest brass instrument, and it's a huge part of my life now. So I'd like to thank those that helped me throughout this failure that I slowly overcame. My first lesson teacher, he was a senior at the high school, and then for my sophomore and beginning of junior year, I was by myself. I was having to teach myself. And then my senior year, I got an actual private lesson teacher with a degree, and he was very wonderful and helped me out so much. And throughout this entire time, I was slowly moving my way up the ranks and the bands. And there were 4 bands, 4 different ensembles. I was in the 4th band, the bottom chair, whenever I got there. When I graduated high school, I was the 2nd chair of the very top band on a different instrument. Now, for those of you all that don't know how difficult that is, to give you an example, there were 14 other players that I had to beat that have already had experience on the instrument, around 13 to 14 across my time. Now, that was an incredible feat for myself, and it took a lot out of me. It was a very big struggle in my life, but I can't explain how much more of a person I grew. Like, I can't explain how much more I grew as a person through that entire process. And it wasn't just the music. It wasn't just the time I took to try to make myself a better musician. It was those key aspects of what makes you better at practicing. Patience. It's so important to start overcoming these failures. Knowing why you failed can help you 125%. Knowing why is half the battle. The other half is putting into effect preparedness to not fail again. Now, I can't tell you, you may be going through a different failure at this time, but I promise, if you know why you failed, go seek help from those that succeed. That is the basic rule of overcoming failure. Because if you don't have the knowledge to be prepared, if you don't know how to succeed, how do you know when you succeed? All I can say is that without the instruction of my directors, my private lesson teachers, my colleagues, my friends, and the support system that is required to be prepared for auditions and judges and all kinds of different walks of life that you may encounter that are going to give you a pass or a fail in life. All these connections are so important, and you must be able to determine which ones are going to benefit you and which ones are not. I know that this video may seem very vague to those of you that may not be going through a deep struggle right now, but I promise if you continue to work with what you have, seek help from people that have succeeded in your struggle already, it's going to help you so much get past all of this trouble and struggle that you're enduring right now, and I promise you will come out on top. So for me, thank you to those that helped me through my middle school, high school, and now I'm getting into my second year of college. For those of you that have helped me make better content videos, it's taken great patience, and I've learned from some of the very best people in the industry. For those who have made me a better musician in the music industry, thank you so much. And for those of you all that have stood by me, talked to me, and made me a better person, thank you all so much. If you have any suggestions for another on the subject video, please leave it down in the comment section below. If you enjoyed my story, if you enjoyed my suggestions, or if you got anything out of this, please just let me know. I'm not asking for anything, but I just want your guys' feedback. I think it's wonderful to know that you guys watched this video, and I hope you got something out of this. If you didn't, I'm sorry, but I will see you guys in the next video.